Thanks, Max. In order for these teams to create their own legacy come Saturday, they'll have to withstand a few tests.
First off, there will be a lot of new faces on the coaching staff. There are 9 coaches in new positions, including T. Martin moving to offensive coordinator and Johnny Nanton moving to linebackers. But the most important thing is the fact that T. Martin is now calling plays on offense, and Clancy Pendergast is returning as defensive coordinator, a position he held back in 2013. Now, this is important because Pendergast is invoking a more aggressive style in the defense, something they've been lacking in the years past.
Now, I'm excited to see the return of John Baxter down here at special teams coordinator. It's a position where USC has really struggled since he last served on the staff with Pendergast in 2013, and I want to see the boost that he gives this program.
No doubt about it. It's going to be interesting to see what Baxter does, but a coach that was at USC and is now at Alabama, Lane Kiffin.
Now, Kiffin was fired back in the middle of the 2013 season. He then took over as the Alabama offensive coordinator before the 14 season. But during his time at Alabama, Kiffin has had a new quarterback each season, and this year is going to be no different. Alabama is yet to announce a starting quarterback, deciding between redshirt freshman Blake Barnett and junior Cooper Bateman. So regardless of who Kiffin has under center, a huge threat at his disposal is wide receiver Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley, he was just a true freshman last year at Alabama, but as you can see just by the numbers, he was a monster. He had 89 catches, over 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And the thing with Calvin Ridley is he's got blazing speed, so it's going to be really interesting to see his matchup against Adoree Jackson. Now, Jackson, as we know, is a preseason All-American, but he has struggled in the past against receivers with elite speed, such as Notre Dame's Will Fuller.
For one, you mentioned already the speed, elusive player. When he gets the ball in the field, he gets space, can do anything with it, great hands, nice size. So you see those things, the tangibles stand out. He's a good player. So when you watch someone on film like that, you got to know what's expected.
Ridley's going to be leading the Alabama offense, but their defense is obviously nothing to overlook. Connor, definitely. Alabama lost 4 defensive starters to the NFL draft last year, so what can we expect on Saturday?
Jackson, the scariest part about Alabama's defense is that no matter who they lose, they have somebody just as talented stepping right in. 7 out of the last 8 years, the Alabama defense has finished ranked in the top 5 in the nation. And as you mentioned, they lost stars like A'Shawn Robinson at D-tackle and Cyrus Jones at corner. But they have other guys like senior Jonathan Allen, who was second in the SEC in sacks last year, as well as cornerback Marlon Humphreys, who had 15 starts as a true freshman and had 3 interceptions. They're going to be there to hold down this Crimson Tide defense.
And while Alabama obviously has a bunch of studs to lean on, USC is going to need to rely on some new starting replacements to be difference makers. Let's go to Rachel for more on the new starters.